Hello, I'm JinxyKatte, you're watching Angry Cat Gaming, and this is my roundup of the Division beta. All of my thoughts and feelings, and whether or not I think it's worth getting. So, straight away, is it better than Destiny? No. It's different to Destiny, and I don't think we need to make a decision of whether or not one is better. Obviously, people are going to compare the two because of it's a loot-based game, and because of that, they are very similar in that respect. However, the game in no way plays like Destiny. It's just not the same kind of game. So, I don't think we need to worry about is it better than Destiny. It's just different. There are room for both of them. The story and the missions, the one mission that we had was very fun. I thought it was very well laid out. A little bit buggy, but then again it's a beta, so that's just, you know, part and parcel, I suppose. Everything will get fixed in due time. But yeah, the mission itself was very, very fun. I did enjoy it a lot. I ended up running it a whole bunch of times, helping people to level up, and as it was the only way to, you know, reliably get to level 8, then I had to run it quite a few times. The loot was okay, but I've heard rumours that the loot in the beta was adjusted specifically for the beta anyways. The combat and the cover system in general, I think it was very, very satisfying. The cover system seemed to work well and properly. You know, I've never been a big fan of the glue yourself to a wall system in general, but it's done well enough that it's not really a problem. The only thing I can say is that an actual crouch button would be very much appreciated, as sometimes if you're running into a room and you immediately want to crouch behind cover, you can't. You have to wait till you get so close to the cover to be able to do that, and I did find that to be an issue. As it's a general thing, I like there to be a crouch button. It annoyed me when Mass Effect 2 was released, and they, you know, changed it from an open shooter, you know, to a cover-based system. Okay, the weapons. The weapons in a game like this definitely make or break a game, and I do like the modern weapon setting. It was very good. You know, I love running around trying to find that one gun that's better than the one you have. You know, I spent like 3 days looking for a really, really good marksman rifle, and I eventually found one right at the end of the last day, and I would have preferred to have more time with it, but, you know, it's a good thing. I like the loot in the game. You know, I especially like that any weapon can have a variant of any rarity. So when you do find those high-end weapons, it's good. The Dark Zone, which I guess is what is going to be the end game content, at least as far as we're aware, although I've heard rumours of 24-man raids. That would be very, very fun. People have speculated having to climb the Empire State Building, which, you know, it reminds me of Die Hard, and I really don't have a problem with that. Die Hard's a brilliant movie, and if we have a game that reminds me of that, I'm all for it. But anyway, the Dark Zone. Oh, the Dark Zone is some of the most fun I've ever had in the game in recent years, in anything that I've done. When you get that one piece of loot that you've been searching for and you go to extract it, it's genuinely nerve-wracking. I can imagine this only being amplified so much more if in the proper game, you know, you find that one high-end weapon with ridiculously high stats and you have to go to the extraction zone, and then, you know, you're waiting for the helicopter and 3 other teams of 4 show up. It's like, shit. It's not always immediately clear if an enemy with a red bar is a human player or an NPC. Several times I found myself in the middle of a firefight with, you know, if you inadvertently shoot a player once, their health bar turns red. And, you know, in the heat of a battle, you just assume that they're an enemy, and you open fire on them, and before you know it, you're a rogue, and then everyone sees you as an enemy, everyone will gun you down. It can get incredibly frustrating. Several times I've been shooting at enemies, I've killed the enemy and there's been a player standing behind them. You know, you go rogue and then you get killed. So yeah, in the Dark Zone, my immediate concern is you need to change the colour of people's health bars. Just make it much more clear whether or not you know, a player is an enemy or not. and the rogue system in general. It has issues, chief among them being the fact that you could just run out of bends in the beta and get transported to the safe house. However, this shouldn't not be a problem in the actual game, as there shouldn't be an out of bounds feature to run into, or at least have it as a kill box as opposed to just teleporting to the safe house. Yeah, right now there's just not enough reward for going rogue, other than sheer fun of it. The biggest problem is that if you do decide to go rogue, you go rogue level 1, you get a relatively small timer. It's not that hard to lose it. But once you've killed a couple of people, you're running for your life, and then people will shoot at you, and you can either run away or fight them. And if you decide to fight them, it freezes your timer, and then if you kill them, it escalates it even more. So I just don't know what to say to that. It needs looking at. A few people have mentioned, instead of a timer, there'd be like a reputation system, but I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. To be completely honest, I don't have the answer. If I knew things like that, I'd be making the games instead of playing them. But I can say, quite honestly, it was fun. Definitely, it was fun going rogue, going on a manhunt. When the very first time that we got level 5, it was amazingly fun. I'll put the link to the video there if you want to watch that. I guess the bottom line is this game worth playing? And that is a resounding yes. I would definitely get the game. Well, I am definitely getting the game. We already have it pre-ordered anyway. Both of us have the Sleep Ratings edition. Will the game last? I hope so. It very much depends on whether or not the end content is good. If they need raid quality end game. The biggest problem with the beta was that there was so little to do once you'd done the one mission and all the side missions. The only thing left was the Dark Zone, and while it was fun for a couple of nights, it did very, very quickly get boring, and that is my biggest worry with the game, is that if you run out of content, there's nothing else to do, and a steady stream of DLC is the only way they can fix that. So I wouldn't expect this game to be free. I wouldn't expect it to be cheap. So that's my summary, my overview of The Division. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, like the video. It really helps us out.